All right, now I was almost done. My daughter's softball team had fundraiser jambalaya plates. And I don't know who made it, but I gotta tell them that was A plus 100. Mother sucker, dude, that was good. I don't know if I tasted it because I inhaled it in 45 seconds or less, but it was good. What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? I'm sure there's more gentlemen than anything. Oh, what's up? What's up? Jorge says, hurry up. I'm here, man. I'm here. What's been the subject of the day in Discord? Tech hustler. Bipolar. That's my boy. I'll say that first. Excuse me. Y'all know I'm gonna be belching up between Diet Coke and spicy jambalaya. I'm just gonna go to do a full apology now for being very rude and belching up on this live. But it was good. That was I'm gonna have to ask my wife who cooked that. I might need to cook that at my next wedding. Oh man. Milkman's here. What's happening? What's happening? Yeah, my boy Tech Hustler. We're gonna be having drinks next month at was it mining whatever the hell it is. Mining something in Dallas. And we'll be having some drinks and comparing notes and all that. But that dude's bipolar. That's my boy. I'm gonna say it's my boy, but that dude's bipolar. He goes from he does a video today. I sent it to some of y'all. He does a video today on a new app, DEPIN app, that you scan receipts. And I asked who farted and all that. I'm like, what kind of Lambo can I expect out of this project? And everybody sent Hot Wheel Lambos. But then he does another video later about crypto being dead. I don't know. You know, I'm trying to stay positive with this crypto thing. I got people text me saying crypto's dead. Crypto's dead. I'm like, y'all said the same thing 2 years ago when crypto was 15, Bitcoin was 15 or 16 grand and Ethereum was $1,000. You know, I am severely worried about what kind of alt season we're gonna have, but my Lambo needs to be gas powered. That's too much. I gotta give it to him though. That's a hell of a Lambo. I gotta give it to him. We've been talking about 375 AI. 375 AI came out with some announcement that they have a token on CoinList. But when you click on it, it's not even the 375 AI token. It's the testnet token. Somebody told me. Eat tokens is eat the testnet token. The 375 AI token sale. But they're not TGE yet. It says, does this mean TGE token generation event is going to be happening very soon if they selling the token to people? And I know some of y'all kind of feel like me is we don't know how to feel about this because, and look, I don't know the plans of some of our other projects that we do really like, but I know like Silencio and some of these other ones that did do a early token sale like this. This is what led them down a very dark, nasty road that people lost a lot of faith in them early because what the token price ended up going for and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know if this is handled different. This is something that I don't really mess with that much, so I can't really tell you anything. Mining disrupt. Thank you, Jorge. I appreciate it. Tickler's losing it. I love it. I don't know what's going on with him, man. Like, I do a Saturday, and I know I'm rehashing what we talked about in the Discord, but for those who missed it, because they're not in my Discord or just don't have, they work throughout the day, can't get to it. Look, I do a Saturday driving video. That's, I'm so busy on Saturdays running around and stuff. Instead of me having to sit in front of a computer and kind of discuss what is on my mind and crypto and what my views are this day, it's easier to set up a camera in the corner, hands free, of course. Gotta be legal, hands free on the dashboard while you're driving and just speak your words and do a vlog. That's once a Saturday. And that's not even every Saturday, even though it seems like I'm driving every Saturday. Homeboy's doing it every day. I'm picking up the kids, going to the grocery, going to church, going to, to the gym, whatever. He's doing it every day. And some of it's not even crypto really related, but hey man, he does him. It's getting, if it's getting views and it's getting likes, apparently that's what's working for him. Maybe, with this YouTube algorithm, yeah, I've been telling y'all, I have been doing YouTube videos. I don't know how many days straight now, but I have been trying to upload or do a live every single day. And I've had a surge, just like he said, if y'all watched his video yesterday, he did a video yesterday where he said he deleted, I don't know, he said 100 videos or something, and then the amount of views he lost and stuff like that. But he even talked about how this YouTube algorithm is. I have been trying to do as best as I can for the last 2 to 3 weeks of video nearly every day. And then for the last at least week, a little more than a week, I have been doing a video every day on something, or a live, or some of them a live in a video. Like last night, early this morning. My subscribers are going up. My video views are going up. That's just the way the algorithm, I guess, pays you back, plays you, whatever. So I guess he's just looking at it as he's trying to put some kind of video out there because he's not really behind on some projects right now. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Anthony G, what's up? He said he deleted like 300 videos, something destroyed his algo, so lost so many subs. It is. But listen, I don't want people to think I'm knocking him. Even with him screwing up his algorithm and losing those views and only doing, like y'all are saying, videos every day from his car, the dude still get more views than I am. So who am I to critique anything? He's been doing videos longer than me, covering more projects. He's got a way bigger audience. He has way more subscribers. So, hey man, I'm at 35,700, where just 3 weeks ago, I was at 34,000 even, 34,200. So it's weird how that happens. It's also, it seems like, not that I want to flood the algorithm or flood my channel, but I'm going to tell you, when Wingbits comes up with a super big announcement, I'm not saying it's just to kiss their ass, and I do a video and I kind of try to play the Wendy-O game of clickbait. Like, I'm not a clickbait kind of person because I'm too worried about being honest with y'all. But when I kind of play around with the clickbait title a little bit, it works, and you wonder, plus I don't have cleavage hanging out, but or pretty face or makeup, and if it takes me putting makeup on, I'll never get the views. But with her, it works, and she's getting all those views and subscribers. But for me, I have had a, 1,500 subscriber increase when for the longest time, I didn't gain any subscribers. So, y'all might have to just bear with me. It's funny though. Listen, y'all know I'm honest with y'all, and sometimes I'm too honest. And I've had people tell me that too. But it's funny how when I started this channel like 2 years ago, I said, look, I'll never be one that's just chasing clicks, and I'll never be one that's chasing subscribers. And it ain't really that you chase subscribers. It's just that you try to set goals for yourself. You know, you're trying to become, you know, just to hit goals and levels that you would like to see you accomplish. And it's more about that. And then to get those levels and goals, if I have to do a video and just do a video on a Friday night that just says, hey, this is just a summary of what we discussed this week, then I might just have to do that. I try to be on stuff, you know, and I think that's why I've told y'all, especially in these lives, I told y'all I try to be as honest as I can and as straight with y'all as I can and as open as I can. And that's why I think I let the trolls bother me so much. Like I want to appreciate, I want to thank y'all and appreciate it. Several of y'all reached out to me personally after my video Monday when I was completely pissed off at the certain troll. I think it's Witness, his name or something like that. And listen, if y'all know me, there's a reason to call me grumpy. There's part of me, I don't lose sleep at night. Like, while it does, it's weird. While it does bother me because I know how open and honest I am on this, when people accuse me of lying or people straight up say, don't listen to Grumpy, or he don't know what he's talking about, y'all all going to get wrecked, y'all not going to make a dime off of this, y'all going to get scammed and stuff, but yet can't show any shred of proof. It makes it look like I'm just pushing this for no reason or like I'm in on it. Like it pisses me off, but I'm not losing sleep over it either. So I want y'all to understand that. But I do appreciate the people that reached out to me. But I am trying to be as honest as I can with this, with this channel and all that. And I really need D Vaselino. If one of y'all can go find him somewhere, I need him to come out of retirement because hunting season's here. I need new hats. This hat stinks. I got one of my real good friends' son's little boy wants a grumpy hat, so I need D Vaselino to come out of retirement, take a break from his real job, and go back to printing some stuff up for me. Dude, I can't do that. Jay Styles, for those who, you know, I'm supposed to repeat the question for people watching this later. You need to make one of those thumbnails with the O face every YouTuber does. Listen, I've watched a lot of videos over my 2 or 3 years on how to increase views and how to increase subscribers, how to make thumbnails, how to make catchy thumbnails. And they all do this face like, and then you fucking take the screenshot and then and I'm like, to me, that's just as bad as Wendy O saying, this is why XRP is going to zero. And then you watch the video and nothing discusses XRP going to zero. She says, XRP is the greatest thing in the world. Everybody should own 10 bazillion tokens. So, you know, I just, you know, I'm trying to think who I used to watch. Somebody used to watch and he would have the same, like, on like every single video. It'd be in a different part of the thumbnail with a different color around it, with a different font of words, but it was still the same. I'm like, dude, you don't think that's getting a little, but you know, that guy also had more subscribers than me. You know, I watch a guy in the morning and, I can't believe I can't remember. I'm horrible with names. I apologize, but I am absolutely horrible with names. But there's a guy I watch like every morning and I'm like, how the hell is this dude? And some of his stuff's informative, but some of the stuff is the same old stuff over and over. Matthew Perry. I don't know if any of y'all know Matthew Perry, but I used to watch a lot of his stuff for Luna Classic and stuff, and he used to come out with these cool spreadsheets and stuff like that. But homeboy's got 239,000 subscribers. But if you watch his videos, you know, but see, he does all the goofy little things too, and you know. But some of his stuff I think he's another one that's graduated from, here you go, $15 XRP. I think he has graduated from Wendy O's class of clickbait. You know, look, he's got the goofy face right here. And, you know, CZ will burn 6 trillion Terra Luna Classic token. Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, okay. Listen, if Luna Classic burns 6 trillion Luna Classic, CZ burns 6 trillion Luna Classic tokens, I'm donating y'all my Wingbits tokens and I'm out. Trust me. I own millions and millions and millions. I bought Luna Classic at the bottom. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I bought it as I was at work one day. It was slow and I saw Luna going down and I'm like, holy hell. And I had a Litecoin miner. So all my Litecoin were just basically free to me to a point. and I was buying Luna Classic or Luna as it was going down. It was at $100 something, then it was at $15, then it was at $5. I bought it a little bit here or there, like $100 here and $100 here. It went down, but I'll never forget. I was in the Winn-Dixie grocery parking lot, and it looked like it finally settled down at 0.00000, and I threw $500 into it. I'm not lying to y'all. $500 into it, and I'm up $1,500. So let me tell you, see if Luna Classic ever burns those two, I just want them to burn 2 or 3 zeros. Just get to a penny. Just get to a penny. It gets to 10 cents. I'm paying off every bill I got. I don't know how many y'all are in Luna Classic, if any of y'all got into that, but that's how this guy's kind of gotten. You know, he keeps saying Crow. I hope so. I hope so. But this is another guy that was very, very small. I don't know if he does this full time now, but he's cool. He's cool. I just don't know how. Look at some of his videos. He got the 239,000. Maybe he'll be at Mining Disrupt, and I can ask him what his secret was. But I don't know. Odin's. Dude, one day I'll know how to pronounce this name. Odin Nosferatu. I keep saying Odin's son just because I'm from the Thor X-Men movies. Odin Nosferatu says, hire a hot woman to read a script. You write, dude, but you joke for 100x more views. I've told y'all the story about the side business I'm in where the guy couldn't get a very large auto parts store on my side business right here. And I had a guy tell me one of the largest auto parts stores in the city, he couldn't get signed up for an account to sell his stuff in the store. He went 5 times. The guy didn't want to even talk to him, wouldn't give him a minute. Previously, right before that, he gets his wife a new pair of enhancements, front load enhancements. And or in the RF world, we call it front gain, and sends his wife in there with a tank top on with the front gain fully going. And she signs homeboy up in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And she don't know nothing about the product. And then he goes in there a week later to service the account, and the guy's like, I told you I wasn't interested. Oh, no, bro, you signed up with my wife last week. But it works. For my side business, they also do like boots at different outdoor events and hunting events and motorcycle events and stuff. And you go to these boots, even when I go to work, at these work conferences I go to. They got these women in 5 and 6 inch high heels with skirts so tight they can't walk. And these guys, all my buddies like, hey, don't go talk to any of the skirts. Don't go talk to any of the skirts. Next thing you know, my buddies, while we walking, my buddy gets, one of them gets kind of like a little duck in a row. And next thing you know, he's going over there and talk to the skirt. And then next thing you know, the skirt says, oh, I can't really answer that question. Let me let you talk to somebody who can answer that question. And then it's the 70-year-old guy with the pot belly. And you're like, oh, I fell for it again. That works. Sex sells. Hey, we all adults here. And do you want me to start going through some of the crypto girls on Twitter X? Who are in parties at the same time while they're doing trades? We went through that already. Oh, thoughts on getting a cloudy node for 300 set up in the rainy node, US one, use 100, go for 500. So Milkman asked, thoughts on getting a cloudy node for 300 or step up to the rainy node to use 100. Milkman, the first question is, and I'm being dead serious, no more jokes, is, do you feel like it's a sunny or cloudy day? No, I'm just joking. I said no more jokes. The question comes in is, how do you feel about the Nubla project? Because while y'all know I'm very much into the Nubla project, I wish I got into it sooner and all this stuff like that. My question is that I don't know what the rewards are going to be. You have no idea what the rewards are going to be. So you can't guesstimate on any of that. It's going to be $300, $500, or $1,500, but you have no idea what that reward's going to be. You have no idea what the token's going to be worth. So, hey, if you have a $500 I mean, yeah, it's $600. You have a $100 off coupon. That might be you. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and I don't know this. They still haven't announced when TGE is, and I hope I don't screw myself. I am planning on getting a cloud node. I told you all that. So even with my code is what, like $270, because there's no shipping on it or nothing like that. So even with my code, it's gonna be $270. I'm taking my normal 100 because tomorrow's payday. I told y'all every payday I take $100 and I DCA into VET and VThor and Bitcoin or Peak or whatever like that. I'm taking my normal 100, putting it towards this, and I'm gonna try to move a little bit of crypto around, sell something, so I don't have to really eat majority of this costs, you know. But that's what I'm doing, and it might not be tomorrow because I want to be able to pay some other bills first. Make sure that this, you know, payday comes, and my wife's like, "Hey, don't forget we have this bill that you forgot about." And you're like, "Oh hell." So it might not be tomorrow. I don't like lying to y'all, but I am planning on getting the cloud node. You know, I have this troll in the back of my head that keeps telling me, you know, and if this project would ever turn out to be nothing, I can just hear in the back of my head saying, "I told you so, I told you so," and I told y'all not to listen to Grumpy, and that's my number one fear. But I still say you have all these projects that are doing partnerships with Nubla, and you would not have all these projects doing partnerships with Nubla if they were scams and people couldn't back them up. Now, I don't know how accurate AI is, but it tells you have all these projects doing Wingbits, Solaire, Nexus, Nillion, Pundi AI, Analog, Base. You know, you have all these people. I just don't see them doing partnerships over text message. They have to know something. And I told y'all also about make sure that y'all go and look at the video. We talked about the gambling thing or whatever it was. I knew nothing about that. Where's that video at? I saw that video about the gambling, and they need a good decentralized area, you know, way of getting that I don't know. I had that video up here last night when I did that other video, but we had a video of why they are into this project and that they feel that because this gambling thing that they're looking at and the amount of money that's behind it, and if Nubla is backing into that or involved in that, it's I say so with all that involved. That's kind of why I'm in it. But we talk about this all the time, over and over. None of this is financial advice, and you're taking a chance of getting into projects early, knowing that you could wake up tomorrow and everything from Nubla is scrubbed off the internet. But we also know, and we've talked about that with a couple of different projects recently, these DEPIN projects, the only way you really make anything decent is by taking a chance and getting into it early. If you wait for mainnet, you're almost too late. And it's a gamble. Like somebody put earlier, this is like a casino. DEPIN, crypto is the gamble. You could crap out or you could hit blackjack. You know, I don't know. The weather betting would be huge in Nubla. It would generate them much income. That's what Odin, like you, me, I can't shout that from the hilltops even more. If that is all accurate, what those videos said. Now, I will say this. Now, and if y'all know it, please tell me. I'll link it. I'll put it somewhere. I have yet to actually hear from Nubla that they are getting involved with the gambling thing as a way of a decentralized way of giving accurate weather. Like, but if y'all have seen that from the Nubla, please tell me, because I will happy to share that all over X, Discord, Facebook, snail mail or whatever. But I have not actually. I've seen numerous videos and in Telegram and some of the groups I'm in for YouTubers and stuff that Nubla is getting involved in that. But the reason that, if y'all have heard me talk about it on video, that if Nubla gets involved in this, or let's say Nubla gets involved in this, because I don't want to say for sure they are when I've never seen it from Nubla's side. Anthony G, I totally percent agree with you. Anthony says, I wish Nubla had a rain sensor. That's like the most important part. Laugh out loud. I 10,000% agree with you. Y'all should see my hybrid Bermuda. We finally got some acid rain from these plants or whatever it was, but some good rain with some good thunder, lightning. You know, lightning and thunder. That's lightning is best nitrogen a grass yard can see. If I'm halfway down my street, I can literally see my yard 10 houses down with dark green grass, and everybody else is fading away. That's how important rain is to me. And I need to know how much rain am I getting to know if I need to still run sprinklers, or hey, this is enough grass for enough rain for 3 or 4 days, only maybe a day. And even, I'll have to say, but even Weather XM will tell you the rain rate while it's raining. But this is that's I have that same complaint with Weather XM. Why can't Weather XM tell me how much it rained today? My Davis weather station can. My weather bug station at work can. Like, I think they, and like that, but some of that gambling that you saw, some of those things they gambled on, betting on, was rain related. Anthony G says, yep, hell yeah, thunderstorm is the best thing for landscape. I'm telling you, that's the best natural fertilizer you can put. Best natural fertilizer, especially in Bermuda. Best natural fertilizer. My grass gets so dark green after a good rainstorm. Next day or so with all that nitrogen going in there. Oh, Weston just needs to do something. At 619, I agree with you on that one also. You know, I have people I still have people who tell me, you know, Weather XM is, you know, kind of like when people ask me, what's my top 3 or 4 DEPIN projects right now? And I always say GeoNet, Wingbits, you know, one of these other ones. People are like, Weather XM. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm missing something. What am I missing? You know, is it just because y'all are dedicated to it because y'all were in it for so long, and maybe y'all just don't want to give up hope, or we missing something altogether? Hey, if the token's down by 70-80%, we still holding on to hopium. I don't know. We're still at 10 cents. We're up 9% for the month, 80% for the year, and 93% since the beginning. You're making, what did I say that they were making? Like 18 cents a day, 17 cents a day. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I don't. So how long is it going to take you to ROI on a $300 device? $1,500 days at 20 cents a day. Now, that's saying the token price doesn't go up in the alt season. Again, I'm not putting that much hope and faith into that, but I don't know what's going on. I like Weather XM, but 2 tokens per day is taking forever to ROI. The thing about this is, at one point I had ROI, and then I don't lie to y'all. Let me see what this is worth now. And so at one point I had ROI. So now I am $200 short from ROI. That's horrible. That's horrible. I have 974 tokens. Who farted says, hello, friends. Sorry, late. It's all right, man. We've been sitting here waiting for you. We haven't discussed anything yet because we're waiting for you to get here. We knew you were coming. So all we've been talking about is why does Canada not have an NFL team? That's all we've been talking about. Odin still has faith. The DABA WXM partnership is cool. I'm still saving up to buy a bundle. Odin says I have both the WXM and Nubla. Hey, I'll do too. In my backyard right now. I have a Davis, and if you saw the video I showed you in my backyard, and my wife flipped out because she said how dirty my backyard is because I had a pile of 2 or 3 old ham towers and stuff, and she's like, "Look, it looks like they weren't looking for that." But I mean, I have a Davis weather station in my backyard, along with a Weather XM, along with a Nubla. Same thing at work, at least the Weather XM and the Davis, along with Weather Bug and whatever this other one is that's always offline. That somebody else at work insisted on getting so he can, compare all of them. And I'm trying to think what the name of it is. But it kind of looked like some of these other ones. Let's see. Tempest. See, but I will say this one does rain at least, but it can't stay online. I thought my Weather XM was bad, but it goes to a work email we have in the IT division, and they'll go to our IT email when it's offline. This thing goes offline every day. But my son's home, so everybody's having a good time because he's home from college, and as you can hear, they all partying and whatever. So anyway, but when you think about it, this could kind of almost look like one of these other ones. But so hold on, I'm gonna scream at my wife. I told him the weather's good enough. It's 78 degrees, and they can all go outside and talk as loud as they want. Normally, everybody's crashing on the couch watching TV. So, let's see. WWXM partnership was cool. What else I missed? Making bigger weather stations. So SkyX is planning. Look, so I've had several people ask me about SkyX. I haven't looked that deep into it. I'm going off of what y'all have said. Some of y'all have said that y'all have had a lot of problems with the SkyX. Y'all got to put it in the freezer to get the reset. I haven't really heard any news now. I don't know what's going on with that. They're still on pre-order, so therefore, they wouldn't come. They wouldn't even ship out for another month. So I don't know. That's SkyX is one thing I haven't really looked into, other than when he first, came out. I wanted to go over the tokenomics one more time for Nubla to see what the differences were going to be. Oh, and since everybody's here, hold on. since everybody's here, I got 13 people watching here. Majority all in Nubla. So me and Who Fought It were having this discussion earlier. I was under the understanding that Nubla was going to be paying out on the vet chain, VThor, V chain, whatever you want to call it. He thought it was IOTX, and while I'm not trying to knock Nubla for this, but I have issues with a bunch of these projects that can't decide, or they have bridges or whatever. Like, some projects are on, Sui along with Base, along with Polygon this week with a little bit of Solana sprinkled in, but we're also going to go to Peak. I'm like, are y'all trying to confuse the hell out of us? When we move the token and we put it on the wrong chain and we lose it, what the hell are, and that's how I took it. Odin Nosferatu says IOTX was a pre-mining bonus. And that's kind of how I took it also. But is the vet in the VThor thing also I'm trying to get to my dashboard. Dashboard, the new blue. Into dashboard, connect my wallet. I'm using the VE chain wallet for VE World. Signature. WXYZ. Oh. I did all that already. My 19 cents of whatever this is, better token. So my referral. So am I getting the better token because I'm online? Is that what this is? And where would my I saw you where you can stake better and you can stake IOTX. That was the airdrops. I saw that. But where does it tell me where my tokens are that I'm making currently for having this thing online? That was my other question. That it says today's earnings are 000, but right here it distinctly says that I have one. And if I go online, I can see my device. Maybe I need to find a YouTube video for that. My device is online right now. But I also don't know how does this link, because you're not signing into this. On the AR, it says account on the bottom. Oh. But Odin, if I'm been running this Nubla node for tomorrow makes a week, shouldn't I have Nubla or whatever the testnet tokens showing up somewhere on here? Either, to me, it should be under mining, shouldn't it? And it tells me 0, or is none of this live yet until mainnet? Something. will say I'm into staking. Y'all know that, even though not longer than 6 or 9 months. But 46% staking is outstanding. That's some pretty damn good staking. You did not claim it yet. So is that right? This right here, what I got to claim? Operation went well. 13 more cents. So I claim that. So I do see where on here on my stations, it says I have 9,000 total earnings. And on the top, it says remaining rewards, 37,000. I'm staking 39 cents. I think I got to point like 0.86. I don't know. I'll figure this out after. I don't want to bore everybody with the live. Could stay but the desk. I did this part already. I did that when I had to email, verify, and then I got my NFT. Okay, guys. I don't want to bore the hell out of you. Marco, one more over. This says node staking status. Oh, it says you need at least 50 deposited. I don't know. Anyway, so on Nuba, you're supposed to be getting your points and G points. All right. Odin, you're gonna have to just hit me up on Discord, brother, when we're done with this, so I don't lose everybody while we're trying to figure this out. Oh yeah, the Nubi's supposed to be getting your points and G points. That's what she said. So, my wife's texting me from the living room. 50 better. So what else? So let's go back. Dude, I ain't staking nothing for 4 years. Ain't no way I'm staking anything in crypto for 4 years. I don't care what the percentage is. I don't care what the rewards are. There's no way I'm staking anything in 4 years. Peanut update is what way stop following them. Right now you can only stake the node to earn rewards until you're physically on. Dude, I've been trying to do Milkman asked me, have I been trying to do the daily whatever it is. daily, whatever, the sharing on X. So it tells me I can share it. My X in the background on here is open already, ready to go. So as you can see, my X is open. I don't know if I'm doing this wrong. That's why I'm showing you this. So I'm going to Grumpy's thing. I'm hitting share 600, right? And on the bottom, it says share to X. I'm hitting share to X. And then on the iPhone, it comes up like this. So I'm hitting X to share to X. See? And then I'm hitting post. And it posted. It comes right back down to 600 again, like as if I didn't share it. So am I doing something wrong with that also? I mean, it does again. It says share again, share plus 600. So I can do all that again. It says share your weather card, and I can hit share to X. It brings up the iPhone screen again on how do I want to share it. I hit X, and it brings me that again. I can hit post again because I'm not going to spam it. But I mean, I've been doing that. I did that at least 3 times. I won't say every day, about 3 times. Nothing changes. I don't see any kind of additional points somewhere I'm supposed to be getting. I don't know. So that is my sharing that I have been doing. I wanted to go back to 619. I think, yeah, 619 ask, what's the LNA issue with WG310s? Is it fixable? I might be getting a free one. From what I understand, if you've opened a ticket up with Wingbits, went through all the prompts, and they determined that it is a LNA failure, you cannot fix that yourself. That's built into the device, and you will work with HiFix and get that swapped out. You can ask who farted about that, or who farted went through that whole thing. And while I'm not going to sit in and lie to you and tell you it was quick, while some people in Wingbits did say theirs was quick, if you have luck like mine, get comfortable. And who farted can tell you what the complete turnaround time was on that. I will say that I have been lucky that I have a WB200, which is the Wingbits only station, that is in the affected serial numbers. But so far, knock on wood, it is not been affected yet, and I've not had an issue. Now, my only rub that, y'all know me, I have to be grumpy about something, or somebody's going to think I'm not feeling well. I did fill out the form when they first came out with it, when I told y'all about it in the video. The form to get the insert. Many people have gotten the insert. I have not received a single email back from HiFix on it. I think what my issue was, mine was given to me as a gift. So when it asks you for the order number or where it purchased from or whatever, I put gift, and maybe they automatically kicked it out. I don't know. Or they said, hey, he got it for free, we can put him on the bottom of the pile. I don't know. So I don't know if I should contact HiFix directly and ask them, hey, what's the status on my form? Or if I should just attempt to fill out the form again. I don't want to really do the form again because I don't want them to think I'm trying to cheat them out of 2 inserts. No, I don't know. What else, ladies and gentlemen? What else? Anything else new going on? We talked about Tech Hustler. Is there anybody still in Irwin? Or am I the only person? Is there anybody else still in Irwin? Has anybody tried to go from their Irwin dashboard and try to just claim to their wallet? Does that even work? The last time anybody talked in this Discord was 4 days ago, and it was one word, one or two sentences, and that was about it. Is anybody else download Cashwalk? What is Cashwalk? So Cashwalk is an app that while you're walking around, track steps, distance, and calories. You don't have to worry about me getting 20,000. That's for sure. Cashwalk. There you go. Y'all heard from Tech Around. Cashwalk. I get paid through my insurance. My insurance has this thing you have the insurance app for your claims and stuff like that for medical insurance. That's also attached to the health app on your phone. And my insurance gives me rewards for hitting certain steps, for working out longer than 30 minutes, for going to get a doctor visit and getting just a general health exam and getting a flu shot and stuff like that. And I made over $300 something on it. I got people at work who get, if you get 10,000 steps 5 out of 7 days of the week, they give you like a huge bonus. I know guys at work that got $500-$600 for the year, and it comes in the Amazon card. So, it's Cashwalk. Thank you, Tech Around, for that little alpha for anybody who wants to join Cashwalk. Tech Around. I don't know if there's a referral code, throw it up in the chat, man, in case anybody wants to help you out, since I'm not involved in it. Drop it. Yep, my average work day, honestly, is between 5,000 and 6,000 steps. If I go to the gym, you can add another 1,000 or so to that. I've been trying to walk at night, so if I walk up and down the street, up and down my streets 1 mile. So I've been starting off slow. Like I told y'all, I'm struggling. But yeah, usually if I do the whole mile, or if I do 2 miles back and forth, I definitely get over my 10,000. I'm gonna be in Missouri hunting for Halloween in November, and I'm gonna be struggling. I'm trying to borrow. I was hoping there would be a certain project, that we won't say their name, kind of rhymes with Sling Tits, maybe. And I was hoping they'd go TGE and I can get me a bike so I can go deep into the woods and not have to catch a heart attack or coronary. I got a buddy who hunts with a bike, electric bike, and he can actually pull deer out with his electric bike. And I was hoping I'd be able to get one. That was gonna be my gift to myself on TGE, to be dead honest with y'all. But Sling Tits won't be going live anytime soon. At least, I can't say that. There's been no hints of it. How about that? But we'll see. We'll see. Who Fought It also found a new project that I was really trying to get into, but there really has been no movement on it. And since Who Fought It's here, he can remind me what the hell the name of it was. Who Fought It? What was the shiplet project? Y'all want some early alpha? Here's some early alpha just for y'all 14 people watching. This is one that I'm trying to get into. I'm waiting for them to email me back. Who Fought It found it. If you live around rivers and like rivers with shipping on, like I live literally on the Mississippi River. If I brought my camera out to the front door, the Mississippi River with all the barges and grain barges and oil refinery oil refinery barges that all come from my house down to the port of New Orleans, out to the Gulf of Mexico, all comes through here. But I heard the grapevine you're giving away prizes for the party. What party? Who's having the party? the Sling Tits party, they're not going mainnet yet. Check around. If you have a reference code for Cash Walk, post it in the chat, please. Yeah, maritime something. Man, what I keep you around for, man? Maritime something. Maritime. Was it Wake? See, Wake. Apparently, there's two of them. There's one called DEPIN and another one called Wake. I didn't think it was Wake. I texted. They got some Wake projects. I mean, Wake. I don't think it was Wake. I don't know. I'm trying to give y'all alpha, and I can't figure it out my own damn self. Anthony, don't get me triggered on that. I grew up on the Gulf. Went fishing a month ago on the Gulf, and around here, people who live on the Gulf call it the Gulf. What it was called? But I had another. For those of y'all who are familiar with the Wingbits DIY devices with the RTL dongles, there's actually a yellow version like this in VHF. I have played with it on the amateur radio side to do boat tracking and stuff and car tracking on the amateur radio side, but the yellow is for VHF. I had it on a very high antenna, and I could track ships going up and down the river. Played with it a while back, but then I reused the Pi for Wingbits. Now there's a project that you can put together yourself and track ships. I don't know if it was worldwide AIS. I don't think it was. Yes, Odin. But I don't think it was worldwide. I think it was another one. But it was Wingbits for ships. But like if you landlocked, like somebody was saying, I don't know. I hate to ever mention them again, but the D-Scan project we were in, one of the 5 different variations between satellite tracking and aircraft tracking and drone parking, charging, tracking. Another one was VHF stuff. And I reused it for that for a very short period of time and then got out that project. But yeah, it's same thing. You're going to take a Pi, and instead of putting a green 1090 RTL SDR on it. You're gonna put a VHF one on it, and it was like this. But I don't remember. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna look into that, and for next week's live, I'll have that. I'll have that for you. But I remember there being a I remember there being a waiting list for it. I signed up for the waiting list, and it asked for your background or something. Here's another one for you that Who Fought It found. Certistrike, CERTI. Certistrike. Is that? I don't know if that's crypto related. I'm still looking for the other one. I'm determined to find it now. I got to weed through all the political stuff. Guardian. Newsom. Damn, dude. Was it this far back? So I'm determined to find it now. Let's see. Keep going. I bet I passed it up. I'm scrolling too fast. Make sure it is. Can I use a discount for healing deploy hardware as the code only for Wingbits Geo devices? If you use my link that's below, it's supposed to, the one that says use this link for Helium deploy website, it's supposed to automatically give you the discount when you first go in. You could try it if you don't see the discount, you can try to then put my code in on checkout. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And if you don't mind waiting, even if it does not work, one phone call, that's all, and I can get it. So I have to apologize to Who Fought It. I went back and searched through all my PMs with him, our friendly brotherhood arguments over politics and everything else, and it is worldwide AIS network. So when I clicked on join the network, it won't even let you sign up now for alpha test. So put that in your little memory banks, save it, bookmark it. The website is worldwide. Let me scroll it down a little bit for y'all. Worldwideais.org is the website. Again, if y'all want to get in DIY devices, y'all know what y'all doing DIY devices, y'all have pies left over or anything like that. But I haven't really heard much more about it than that. So Vaselina, we were talking about you earlier, man. Glad you can make it. I'll tell everybody hunting season's around the corner. I got people waiting on hats. It's time for you to warm up the hat machine again. Hope everything's going well with you. So while I was searching through that, I saw another one that Who Fought It found. And now I gotta go back to that one. Who Fought It finds a bunch of these projects. If y'all want to play around with them, I can't vouch for any of them. I have not looked into them. I don't really have time to look into them all. There's another one. We don't have enough earthquakes in South Louisiana, if any ever, other than when LSU plays. Tiger Stadium has registered an earthquake before during one of the games, but I don't have enough earthquakes around me for quake. People have asked me about that. We talked about Surge Strike. This was another one he found. DEPIN space. The space communications revolution starts here. We're building a network infrastructure backbone for the new economy. Satellite operators. Can I use my Xbox controller and I can operate a satellite? Is that what that is? I don't know what that is. Don't know. Might not even be a crypto project. Let's see what else. Let's see what else he found as I jump through the PMs here. This was the other one. I remember now. Has anybody looked at this one? Big water. Clean the environment and earn rewards. Anybody? Has anybody tried Big Water yet? Bigwater.io. DEPIN air purifier that rewards you for cleaning your own air. Advanced filters capture 9% pollutants and as tiny as 0.1 micron. Verified impact on blockchain. DeSci infrastructure. The Big Water token, a blueprint, is currently at 0.0085, so it must be on mainnet, and it says it's on Bitmart or Coin Store. There's only 37 members, so you're really early. Look at who fought it. So you're early on this one. But who knows? You know, if you need a new air purifier at the house, there you go. Does it have a water filter too? I don't know. It's called Big Water, and I see an air filter. Fund clean water initiatives. So is it that you fundraise by using the air things and they pay for clean water projects for maybe third world countries or somebody who needs it or something like that? The Big Water Protocol secured impact funding support that will subsidize the cost of device drastically and ensure that people from all economic strata can participate and emerge as a good global citizen supporting climate change. Oh, yeah. Okay. Free June have broken Wingbits. I do like 59. 619's catching up on all the subjects. Y'all make sure you hit the like button. You got a free GeoNet with a broken Wingbits. Cash Walk works, but it adds another lock screen. There's also Nodal Cash, Mugshot, Qualu, all three of DPIs. Nodal's like Chirp. I've heard of Nodal before. I think I had it for multiple years. Kind of sucks for earning. Like, what doesn't these days? Let's just be honest. We all adults in the room. Tell me something that don't suck. Blackbird, Chirp, you're making $4 a day, but you got to jump through hoops to get it. You have to battle the people overcharging it, scalpers. Wingbits, we got a hope and a prayer on. Anthony wants to know if I'm getting on BF6 tomorrow. No. Listen, I'm a old grumpy person. I know you'll find it hard to believe. I don't like change in my life. I play with. I know a lot of y'all probably don't know him. I did videos with him before, but from the Helium days, Fluffy shot me. Dave Moorfield, if y'all know him from the Helium Facebook groups and stuff, me and him play Call of Duty nearly about every night when my family goes to sleep, or they try to sleep, and I'm screaming like a bitch. From about 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish till about midnight. And that's also when my bad diet habits come in. Bluebell ice cream, popcorn, bourbon. Anyway, I like Call of Duty Warzone right now, especially the old people level, like casuals. Hey, look, I ain't trying to win no awards. It's fun. We play, we get first place a lot, and it's good. And if we don't get first place, it's because somebody else is cheating. I don't want that to change. I've downloaded BF6. I don't care for it. I played Battlefield in years past when I was younger. And I just don't care for Battlefield 6. I don't like I don't look, I understand that some people it's more realistic. It's slower. The guns are different. I understand that. But if I will say though, it's still not as bad as what the new Call of Duty is. I downloaded that trash and I almost claimed it as a virus on my computer. It was so bad. I don't know who was high and made that new Call of Duty, but I told Fluffy, another guy we play every night together. I said, guys, we're about to go play a year of F1 or golf or Madden or NCAA football or Roblox, because I ain't playing neither one of them trashes. I just don't. I think my personal opinion, I know y'all disagree, whoever's into that kind of stuff, I will still say, I think what it is so many people are just had enough of Call of Duty stuff that Battlefield is a new refreshing thing, but I really don't see it lasting. Like it's just different. But to me, it's always been different. When I got my start in games in the early 2000s, we were playing Rainbow Six. We were doing tournaments online, Rainbow Six, and that kind of stuff like that. I can't remember what they all Tom Clancy video games and stuff like that. And we would have tournaments and stuff. And Call of Duty was the cartoonish version of that, jumping, sliding, stuff like that, goofy stuff like that. And I want it to remain like that. I want them to get rid of the cheating, but something like that. And Battlefield ain't that. Battlefield was always different. And if you liked Battlefield, you played Battlefield. When you wanted to play the cartoonish stuff, you played Call of Duty. I hated the Call of Duty that came out 5-6 years ago with the electronic guys with the instruments on their arms, like they're the Predator, and they can run on walls and do Matrix stuff. I didn't want that. That was stupid. And that's what they're going back to. And it was trash back then. It's trash now. And I hate it. So there you go. Odin, I'm going to tell you now. I paid for the last Call of Duty. Couldn't finish the multiplayer. It was so bad. And it's the first Call of Duty that I bought. I bought almost every single one that I literally quit the middle of the multiplayer and refused to finish it. And I play Warzone. So Warzone's free. I have zero. There's no way I'm paying for the new Call of Duty. If Warzone comes out and it's free, I'm going to continue with that. I'm going to continue playing this Warzone as long as I can. And then after that, we'll make some hard decisions of what we're going to do. So, listen, Halo, my first rage quit in breaking stuff in my house was from playing Halo Online. That was just some goofy, that was just like you had to take acid to play that. I don't mean to turn this into a gaming log, but like these guys who are jumping over these gigantic ramps and stuff like that and then sniping you as they're doing these crazy flips and going on to this way other bridge over here. And I'm like, F this, and I threw a controller across the room. Like, I just couldn't. Listen, when I was younger, I was playing competitive stuff. Like we were competing in tournaments for money and stuff, playing that. I could keep up with that. I built a computer here that could keep up with it if it wanted to. But you know what I learned? You can take 6 months to build a top of the line computer like this, but you can't upgrade this. That's the problem. And I need faster internet at the house because I really think I got some kind of lag issue, or I need a faster monitor with a faster response time. Because when I see a guy coming up a ladder or going up a rope and I know he's coming, I'm shooting before he even makes it up the rope, and homeboy kills me, and I almost rage quit at midnight here. But when I watch the replay, he was already up the rope shooting me when I started shooting. So one of us has either lag or a cheat. And I know I don't have a cheat, but it is what it is. Robert, are you using, Robert Armstead says, just deployed a new WB 2000, which is going to be a 200. And I'm getting frequent internet drop-offs. It was a new unit outside of the effective lot. Actually had contacted me because 2 out of my 15 stations, or 3 out of my 15 stations were doing this. He had the same issue, and he found that there was some kind of routing. AT&T is dealing with multiple fiber cuts around the United States right now, especially the South, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas. Not that I'm saying this has anything to do with you, but just follow me. Things are getting routed all kinds of places. Axie sat there, Axie Mike, whatever you want to call him. I still call him Axie. He sat there and worked on this and discovered that his AT&T connection was being routed through some goofy servers, non-AT&T or something like that, and was killing his ping time and completely dropping off his Wingbits devices, causing buffering and causing internet connection. And he mentioned that in the change log or in an announcement or just in the general. I can't remember exactly where it was. So I don't know if that might be your issue. I have one right now that started this morning at my office on the roof. I can get through Tailscale. I can get to the station. So it has to have good internet. If I'm getting to it through Tailscale, I can get to the TAR 1090 screen. The TAR 1090 screen had 170 aircraft today. But when you go to Wingbits, it says I have full loss. And that's bull. And I don't know. I reached out to the team and asked them, hey, can y'all look at this for me? I'm still waiting to hear some kind of response back. But mine was 100% loss, 100% loss. It's saying I can't reach the server, which is BS because it has internet. It's been rebooted. I don't know. I'm reading through the Wingbits notes right now. I thought that he mentioned something somewhere. I know I'm not gonna find it in the general because that was. But I don't know if that might have been what your issue was. This is great, man. Y'all taking my negative 100 wings penalty that I have been trying to push for, and y'all just. See, Uthku's having the same problem I'm having. Milkman's off to work, 4 a.m. God bless you. Might be just getting to bed after Call of Duty for that one. See, now you got me curious. Because after I rebooted it a couple of times, I wanted to see if my station ever came back. It's still offline. It's saying I have 100% input dropped, but yet, like I said, I can go to a TAR 1090 screen and look at it with no problem. This says read SB drop. 3,000 buffered messages. Unless it's something else. Like, I don't know. This is some things that I don't. But again, I rebooted it twice, complete power reboot, and I can go to a TAR 1090 screen with no problem. Tailscale is the greatest thing in the world. The fact that you can remote into your devices, as long as they have internet, Tailscale is the best thing in the world. You don't have to worry about VPNs. You don't have to worry about port forwarding or anything like that. And this is the device. So you know that read SB is working because you're going through the Pi to get this. So I don't know. I don't know. But see, this right here is a DIY device. This is not a MGW 310 or WB 200 or anything like that. Oh. Who's my fast counters? Am I at 100 hexes? I don't know. Ever since they went with this new, y'all know me, I'm negative. I keep telling you, I'm negative. When they came out with this new color scheme, I don't like it because it's too hard for me to count hexes. It's too, like, I can't tell how many hexes this is. I don't care for it. I know Axie and them love it. I don't care for it. Can you bring me back to the old school way? And then also I want to be able to see my total hexes all over because I'm about to put a station. I don't want to tell y'all, but like in this general area, is that wide enough for you? And then another one around this general area. So now I want to be able to see my total hexes from here, 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 and here. And instead of being the king, I know some of y'all are new, you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, but even on the back of my hat, it says Godfather of the Golf. The reason I'm the Godfather of the Golf is because when you look at the hexes here, and the hexes here, Ooh, that's he moved. My host moved the antenna in line without getting with me. I don't know what the hell he used, but I keep trying to tell him it's shit. And I'm sorry to use that language, but this is horrible. And he don't want to listen to me. That's the problem you have with host. But anyway, but between those stations and then my Grand Isle station, as you can see, I'm the king of the Gulf. But yeah. Oh God, you in the Gulf America. It's the Gulf. I am godfather of the Gulf. The Gulf. I don't know how we can listen. I'm not bringing politics into it. I don't care who be the president. I would say the same thing. Who are we to rename a body of water that's surrounded by other countries? I hate bullies. I just do. I just don't. We have way more important things in this country that we need to fix right now that's been screwed up over the last 4 years. And the name of the freaking Gulf is not one of them. But it is what it is. This is, they don't even have the Gulf. They have the Golfo de Mexico. So I don't know where they're pulling this map from. Where have I been that there's a Sargasso Sea out here? See, maybe I need to get out more. So somebody forwarded me one of these hexes, and you want to talk about bigger hexes? This dude's doing 600 to 700 wings a day. So anybody who says you still can't make those kind of rewards, and I don't know if this is all his, but you can see how it's almost like he's got a, I don't know if it's the same guy. I mean, these are islands in the middle of freaking nowhere. And they got 4. Must be Starlink. That's crazy though. 600. So I mean, that goes to show you he's not competing with nobody for hexes. So all these are probably number 1 hexes. Yeah, hex ranking 1111111. So even though he has a quarter to half of the hexes I have with a 400-foot tower that I showed you earlier, dude, this dude's rocking it. Rocking it. Rocking it. Congratulations to him. Valuable, and Odin's correct. While we all joke and talk about the rewards, this is providing very valuable area of connection for Wingbits. You know, all these little islands, it's all giving them, you know, look at that. What kind of coverage is that? That's some crazy looking coverage. You know, and I know they were trying to do more and more stations over here. I know somebody who's got this whole area locked up. So he told me I can't talk about that area no more. Tell you what, I remember helping them guys over in Africa. They had one station over here, one station over here. It's helping those guys out. Africa is another one that has really grown. They had some stations by themselves. Look at that, dude. 800. 800. I think they should give me a commission for helping them out. Building a station. Fabrication for there. Dude, you deserve a trip to all the hard work that you do. 619 says, I need one in Hawaii. Dude, all the hard work that you do, hiking up all those mountains, putting all those stations out, you bust your ass on that. You deserve, I give you permission, brother. You deserve a trip to Hawaii. I think some people have beat you there already, but it's 200 a day, 150 a day. Then you got 3 more on the way. Here's an island wide open for you. Just take your little bateau, as they call it down here, your little flatboat with your outboard, and just putt yourself. You catch the wind and the tide just right. It'll be no more than a 3-hour tour. Hook up Hawaii. You send me a geosauner. I'll make you a deal. If you put one on this island all by itself, this island right here, I'll send you a geosauner. How's that? Well, I don't know. This dude's already got some of this covered. Trust me, I wish I had more deal. Like I said, I gotta send one to that area on the west United States. So that means that's a DIY station I gotta take down from somewhere, and then I got another one in North Mississippi. I got a guy who has a hunting lease that wants me to join. That wants me to put something up there, and I kind of need to spread out my stations a little bit. They are kind of cluttered up, but parallel insert, big on left side. You already got 2 stations on the left side. You the one talking about people encroaching on you and you want bigger X's, and you about to go come slam in between these 2 balls right here. I'm assuming this is what they call Big Island because this is the Big Island. I know Honolulu's the more popular island. That's where the airport's at. Keep telling my wife one day when Wingbits hits, we'll go to Hawaii. That's my excuse for everything right now. When Wingbits hits and I don't take my wife to all these places and get her all the stuff she wants, I'm gonna be in trouble. So when y'all don't see me on a Thursday live, that's probably what happened. Because if I have to hear out of one more time about the Wingbits hit yet, I'm gonna die. No, look, we can't go to Hawaii yet. When Wingbits hit, we'll go to Hawaii. Oh man. And Seago M5 router. What else, ladies and gentlemen? Anything else before we cut out? I'm going to eat me another bowl of jambalaya from my daughter's fundraiser. I can smell it. It's calling my name. Then I'm going to go out and walk my mile and a half, walk/run/heart attack and puke it all up. Make sure you hit the like button before y'all go. They need DEPIN Starlink so we can set up off-grid all-in-one DEPIN units. Oh, 619 and Who Fought It both wanted me, or both mentioning the new. I just don't know about it. That's why I haven't mentioned it. But the new geo measure. See, when I saw that, I looked at this as Osvaldo did a video on it. The new geo measure GeoNet is now pre-order. I just looked at this as I have friends who do not landscaping, but when they go out and measure the your property lines of your house and the grade of the land and that kind of stuff like that. And it's been a long day. I'm sorry. I've been out in the heat earlier today. And I looked at that as more for those guys, not for us in DEPIN. Just like GeoPulse. I kind of try to warn everybody with GeoPulse that, hey, we want to support the project, that's fine. But with GeoPulse, the only tokens you get is every now and then when they have a quest. Other than that, you're riding around constantly with their GeoPulse going, and you're not making anything off of it. See, you get Geo tokens for competing pulse. So Oh. I don't mean to sidetrack y'all. I have a buddy at work, I keep telling y'all, who has an Ashler. He did not realize he needed a DEPIN, NFT for it. He got one NFT minted, but he follows me in a lot of these projects. He minted the NFT, but he didn't realize his original ESP32 was going to need that NFT. He does not want to go buy another NFT. If there's somebody who wants an Ashler that lives in the United States, I think he said he wants like $130, $139 for it. He ain't looking to make a dime off of it. He just wants to offload it. So whatever it cost him, no, because he used my discount code. So what is it? Subtract $13, somebody. $126. So plus shipping, which would be about another $15 probably, I guess. $18 is yours. And he takes crypto. And I can vouch for him. It'll be shipped out, probably U.S. priority mail, flat rate box with insurance and that kind of deal like that. If somebody's interested, DM me in Discord. You have to live in the United States. He's not going to go ship it across the world. If there's anybody that wants an Ashler, don't forget you need an NFT for it, and they got rules and stipulations about selling it. That's kind of stuff like that. But if there's anybody who wants an Ashler, straight can get shipped out. I can promise he's going to ship it out this weekend, but DM me if anybody's interested in an Ashler. I told him I would mention it. All right, so what were we looking for? We were looking for the GeoNet. This dude, I'm gonna tell you something. Between Osvaldo and Passive Mining Crypto, like I wish I could do videos like this. The way these guys do videos, they need to teach me a class on how they do videos with their production values and all the stuff like that, and how they handle this and how they do it. But they have this GeoMeasure thing that's come out. Listen, I can't hammer two 2x4s together, so you're not gonna see me out there measuring this thing. I took this as a so it looks like HiFix has it. $700. And then you get a free easy Pelican case with it. Now listen, I will say this is not your normal overpriced DEPIN product. I know guys who were into this stuff. I used to do accident reconstruction for fatal crashes. When we had to buy these laser type things for laser measurements to measure skid marks and how far it was, and we could reconstruct an entire crash of what happened using laser pinpoint surveying and stuff like that. Anything, when you start getting involved in that, is through the nose expensive. Through the nose. Now, I can't vouch for this product or anything like that, but centimeter level accuracy, but do you make any crypto off using this before anybody? I know some of y'all love your GeoNet project, but I don't think you're making. This is more or less for the end user who wants to use GeoNet as part of their measuring thing. Am I right? I don't see anything about, land surveying and construction. That's what I was trying to tell you earlier. Civil engineer projects, GIS and mapping. Oh, my negative a-hole comment is, if this is a HiFix product, good luck. So it says, no, you pay to use the network after the subscription ends. Anthony says he just paid $20,000 for survey equipment. And not only that, but Anthony, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a minute since I've been doing accident reconstruction when I was over the traffic division. But you also have to get that stuff recertified every now and then, don't you? Or if you're using it for certain type of projects, that stuff has to be recertified that it's still as accurate as it was out the box. And I don't remember how many years, like, was it 5 years or every so many years or every year you have to get that type of thing recertified to make sure that you're still accurate. You know, 619 says 8,000 versus 800 versus $5,000. Yeah, Odin, no rewards from that. Just uses the coins, and that's what I was trying to say is that's all it is. Looking forward to moving my entire neighborhood with Geo device, earn tokens and tips. Oh, looking forward to mowing my entire neighborhood. Mowing my entire neighborhood with Geo device. So is Geo device come on a lawnmower? I do need a real mower so I can get one of those the real like REEL mowers, or like a I can't go low enough yet as a putting green mower, but give me another year. I need to do some more sand on top of my front Bermuda, but I do need a real mower so I can get lower, because my rotary mower right now can't go any lower, and my Bermuda is still too high. But you know, if I can get me a robot rotary, a robot reel mower that I don't have to worry about coming home early and cutting grass, that'd be wonderful. Air drone delivery pair well with Geode as well. Geode lawnmower. Is it really Geode lawnmower before you make me go search it? Don't screw with me. I've never seen a Geode lawnmower. If you say one's coming, charge my neighbor's Geode. Or just let them Venmo you and you just take the Venmo and buy Geode. Shut the front door. Damn you, who farted. While there isn't specifically a GeoNet specific model lawnmower, but rather a robotic lawnmower that uses the GeoNet RTK network. And anything that uses the GeoNet RTK network, Grumpy likes. Why choose a GeoNet lawnmower? Dude, I need me a robot lawnmower. I enjoy cutting the grass, to be honest with you. It's my way of putting headphones in and escaping the craziness of the world today. But like days like right now where I've been fertilizing the hell out of my grass because Halloween's coming up. So I want my grass as dark green, almost black looking come Halloween, because I want my neighbors to be the envy that they're lazy and that my grass pops. And so I've been fertilizing the hell out of it. And the problem is with this rain that came the other day, even though I cut it 2 days ago, Bermuda, you're cutting it almost every 2 days, if not every day, unless you put the growth inhibitor that makes it start going lateral instead of vertical. And I haven't sprayed that because I'm kind of late in the season for that. But so there are days like today when I should have came home today early and cut the grass, but I didn't have time because we were doing something at work. Then I had to come here and do this live. So it's going to be bothering me at work tomorrow. It will be bothering me that my grass needed to be cut today because now my height's going to be messed up. So it'd be cool if I could just press a little button and the lawnmower goes out there and cuts the grass for me. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, my son's home from college and I'm going to spend a little bit of time with him while he's here. We're going to go do lunch tomorrow and stuff like that before he goes back off Saturday. But it was fun. I appreciate everybody who came by. We've been going for almost 2 hours. But again, please make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're in my Discord. Make sure that, y'all stopping by, saying hi, asking questions about projects. Everybody's helping each other out. Everything seems to be civil. It's cool. Everything's doing good, man. Everybody's good. So, again, I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the people that reached out to me after my last blow up on Monday with the troll. but he's been quiet lately. So, and if he keeps trying to tell people that everything's a scam and don't get into anything, I'm just going to mute him, and y'all won't see him at all anymore. I don't care. I have no problem with people kind of arguing and going back and forth as long as they both have constructive things to say and they both are accurate, if that makes sense. And you're spitting facts, as they say. But when you're just pulling stuff out your butt, it doesn't serve any purpose. So I appreciate all the people who supported me with all that and supporting, tomorrow is the big node drop for those of y'all who are planning on doing node. And listen, if you want to pass on Nubla, you're not hurting my feelings either. There's a lot of question marks. Tomorrow you pay for $300 for a node and you don't even get the node, you get the NFT. And then whenever TGE is, which we have no idea what TGE for Nubla is, unless one of y'all want to tell us, whenever the TGE happens, then you have to go and take your computer, load your Linux version, whatever on it, get the script from them or whatever the credentials are, whatever you're going to end up needing. And then you're going to run the node at that point at TGE, which we have, again, don't know when it is. We don't know what it's going to pay or if it's going to take from now until 2030 to ROI. We don't know. But if you still want to proceed from that, by all means, you do to you. Just because I'm doing it, don't mean you have to do it. Just because I'm doing it, don't mean I'm endorsing it. I could get hosed like y'all. I've been hosed on projects before. That's the game we do in crypto. If you get into this before TGE, you get the airdrop. What's the airdrop? Or what's the airdrop going to be worth? We have no idea. But I would also guess and say that if you do wait till after TGE, you're not going to make as much. Right? Odin, and that's correct, is people get scared of new things, no rewards without risk, especially in crypto. But as well as I do, if, and again, I'm just using this for example, if Nubla somehow does not make it, you will have trolls come on here saying, Grumpy pushed Nubla, and look at all of them got screwed over. It's going to happen. And I'm going to lose my stuff on them and then lose a couple subscribers because I'm probably going to use some very bad language when I go tell them to go fly a kite. Because this is nothing new. If you followed YouTube, crypto YouTube for the past 5, 6, 7 years, this isn't the first and this ain't going to be the last. Not every project makes it. Some projects end up being like memes or pump and dumps. Or like some people have said, they're just selling items to make money, selling nodes to make money, and that's it. You never know. Or you have legit projects like GeoNet, hopefully Wingbits and some of these other ones, and we all do good. Do I think we're going to get Lambos out of them? No. I still say the helium days of Lambos are over with, unfortunately. But we keep trying. We keep hoping the next project, who fought is going to find us the next Lambo helium project. He might strike out 7 times like this is Japanese baseball, but that 8th strike, that eighth pitch is going to be the one that buys me a fishing boat. And look, Odin, you joke. Odin says, hey, at least we still have a weather station. But that's how I look at it. Like, people make comments about Combinder. I know I'm supposed to be getting off, but, where the hell is my Combinder plug at? I have an extra Combinder plug somewhere. But anyway, Combinder. Hey, I needed smart plugs around my house. I never got into smart plugs. I wanted to get smart plugs. Combinder, you can add smart plugs to their project and not pay a dime to get into their project. If Combinder fails tomorrow, I still got smart plugs that work. I still got weather stations that work. I still got, Wingbits. I can still watch the little TAR 1090 screen. I don't know. You're right. Some of these projects you still have working. Hey, look at helium. How many people? You had 900,000 helium devices online at one point. 600 plus thousand of them are offline now. How many people just repurpose Pies? Pies at one time were going $60, $70, $80, $90 when they were really rare you couldn't get one. The Pi 4s. You made helium for a while, probably ROI'd easily during the peak, and then you got a free Pi at the end. Who thought it? That's an excellent statement. If I could pin this, I'm going to pin this message just for you. Has anyone made ROI? Tell you what, I got some ads. I don't know about y'all. They got some ads tonight. I don't know what YouTube changed that algorithm, but Jesus Christ. Has anyone made ROI without being on testnet? And that's what my point I'm trying to get at is you have to gamble to make it, but there are gonna be some that you gamble and you're gonna crap out. Right? It's gonna happen. And then when they do, who are you gonna blame? You gonna blame the YouTuber that told you about it? That's why I've only did maybe 2 or 3 videos about projects that I'm not getting into. I did that one about the AI box, or is it IO3 or whatever? I caught some major SHIT from people on that. And I've told y'all in that video, y'all asked me about IO3 or whatever it was called. And I'm bringing y'all the information because y'all asked for a video. This is what I found. This is what it is. Hey, here's a discount code if y'all are. And people bought that. But I had some people like, how dare you push that? That's a $600, $700 overpriced mini computer. I said that in the video. And yet y'all still going to attack me. And that's why I don't like really doing videos on stuff I'm not going to get into. With Nubula tomorrow, I'm taking a gamble just like some of y'all are. But you're right. I got into demo late, and it took me 20 months to ROI on my demo macrons. 20 months. That's only because the price went up on a token. Now, if I would have got into it at testnet, you never know. Hive Mapper, I bailed out of that one on time. But if I would have got into it early during testnet, or even WeatherXM way into testnet, I would be doing a lot better. But look at DFly. I lost $1,600 on DFly. You have certain YouTubers who still won't admit it, but they've told me in PM. But I'm the kind of guy that you ask me to keep it a secret, I'm gonna keep it a secret. But I know YouTubers that lost $4,000 because when DFly came out with, we're putting stations on every Walmart, and I tried telling them, don't listen to that shit. And they go and buy $4,000 worth of devices and never see anything. That's the chance you took. Me, DFly wasn't all that bad because I was able to take my 15 or 16 DFly devices and just easily put Wingbits on them. And then some of my fly tokens towards the end got a little bit of liquidity, and I got a couple $100 back out of it. But that's the chances you take. So nobody can sit and lecture me about losing money or getting scammed. I'll be the first one to admit I've been scammed by more than one project. I can't tell you how many tokens I've bought over the years where somebody somewhere said this token's going to be it. And then 5 days later, it's worth 1/32 of what it is now. I mean, of what it was when I bought it. I can admit that. You don't see me going there saying BitBoy told me to buy this, or Alex Becker told me to buy this token. No, I took the chance. I'm a grown man. Quake Core uses helium, grumpy haters. Demo G that was early on both, but not testnet. See, but that is possible too, is being just early enough. Because like I tell everybody, with helium, y'all know my story. I know y'all laugh at me because I say it so many times, but forgive me. But I made $5,000 in 17 days on helium. Me and 2 buddies, I wasn't paying for it by myself. Me and 2 buddies went in 3 on a $5,000 eBay helium device when there was only 20,000 stations online. Once I had it hooked up and with a much bigger antenna, they laughed at me. Why the hell are you putting that big 8-foot non-DBI antenna? Let me show you why. We ROI'd $5,000 in 17 days. We weren't in testnet, but we were early. And then we continued making that money. And that's when the token was only like $8 to $10. It was probably less than that, actually. But we weren't technically on testnet. So, yes, it's possible. But I think nowadays, when you look at what some of these projects do, hell, we were in projects like Silencio and Nadix and SwordChain during testnet. And look what we got to show for it. Dustin Lint in my pocket. So, but again, Quake Core, that's the one with the earthquake. There's nobody running that down here. We don't have earthquakes down here. I'm not saying nobody's running it, but I don't see why anybody would be. Unless it's around Tiger Stadium when they play in another SEC team like Auburn or Alabama. They cheer so loud and go crazy. Sylvester says, I have lots of helium, just waiting for $50 plus again if that ever happens. I can't ever see it. Can't ever see it. I know 619 Oda says all the time that he thinks that's going to happen, but I don't ever see it happen. Let me tell you something. I have several, not a couple hundred, several hundred of helium. I just want $10. $10. Also, I'm probably going to sell, if I get the $10, I'm probably going to sell half of it. I'm not taking this chance. It was at $10, I say a couple months ago, several months ago, and I kicked myself square in the ass for not selling some of it. And I'm not making that mistake again. It's been struggling to get out of $2 for how long now? I just want $10. You give me $10 and I am heliumed. I'm at the very least heliumed halfway, for fact, 50% helium out. You know, take 300 or 400 of it, $10, that's $4,000, and I'll be ecstatic to be able to make that kind of money again with helium after the money I used to make. Because right now that's $600. Give me $4,000, I'll be happy. Pay off one of my credit cards. But $50 again? Oh God. I personally don't think we'll have long enough alt season. If that's going to wait for an alt season, I don't think we're going to have long enough alt season to see it even gain that much. I'm hoping we can get to 10. You know, you keep hearing about Helium doing all this stuff to get their token back right. It hasn't worked. How many times you can't go on X without hearing them talk about we paid off or we bought over the OTC Helium from this whale who kept suppressing the price. Well, the price is still being suppressed. So what's the excuse now? And I still say, and y'all know more about Helium than I do. I still say, what happens when it comes up to renew contracts with some of these companies that have network contracts with them? Because you don't have the same coverage you had when they signed contracts 2 and 3 years ago, when you had 900,000 online. You got 250,000 online, maybe. Somebody can tell me what the exact number is, but last I heard it was under 300, closer to 280, and it was downward coming down. So, because as people like mine, as my devices start failing, my devices are 4 years old. As they're starting to fail right now, I'm not replacing them. So I'm not purposely taking them offline, but I'm not replacing them. But you tell me what's going to happen. I don't know what kind of time frame WeatherXM, what kind of contract they had with them. When's that contract come? And look, WeatherXM ain't stupid. They also know that for those of y'all who have a WeatherXM device on the Helium network, when they don't want to renew Helium, what happens to those WeatherXM devices? GeoNet Macrons, like mine, they're on a Helium network. If GeoNet doesn't re-sign a contract, I'm sorry, Demo Macron, when Demo can't or doesn't want to renew that contract, what happens? The Macron ain't going to work no more. But again, like my son who's in North Louisiana College, all those hexes that showed Helium, none of them are online. Ain't been online. I don't know how long it takes for those hexes to disappear. I had to send him one of my healing devices just to keep his streak going on demo. And I think companies are going to see that and say, y'all aren't reliable enough anymore. Why should I renew? So my point I'm getting at with all this is, when they don't have money coming in from these new contracts, they can't put that money into the token and burn a token. So what happens? I don't know. I don't know what happens with the future of that. Because it seems like the only thing they give two craps about is their mobile. And let's be honest, that doesn't have momentum on it like it used to. Used to hear all the time about how great the cellular was, and they were using cellular in Miami, and 40,000 subscribers are coming from Mexico, some Mexican cellular company over them. You don't hear nothing about that. Everything's Wi-Fi offload now. So I don't know. What's the point in holding AT&T when you're making mobile? But are you making mobile? Y'all making mobile on those? I thought mobile and IoT were gone. They don't have those tokens no more. So y'all still making mobile like with the cellular stuff or with the Wi-Fi offloading, and then as it get converted to AT&T? I thought that all that was gone. I don't know. Don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 9 o'clock. I appreciate it again. I'll see y'all in Discord a little bit later. Go and eat, go and talk to my son, get on Call of Duty a little bit later. Got to enjoy it now before it goes on and gets ruined. But I thank everybody for watching. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. And hey, maybe we'll just do some more lives if I can't figure out what to do on videos over the weekend or something like that. Who knows? Getting Planet Watch PTSD. Yes, that's true. With mobile. Yes, with mobile. Yes, yeah. Monopoly won't allow. Look at B lurking. B's lurking in the background from the Yukon, Alaska. What's the temperature right now in the Yukon, Alaska? Because it's 90 degrees here during the day right now. And there's no way I'm going hunting in 3 weeks in 90-degree weather. Ain't no way. Too many rattlesnakes. Me and snakes don't get along. The only good snake's a dead snake. I ain't sticking around long enough and interviewing it to see if it's poisonous or not. But yes, I'm making the IoT side of it, and I'm making nothing. My same 16 devices that were getting me, 17 devices that were getting me 3 or 4 helium a day, right now getting me maybe 1.5 to 2. It took a drastic cut. It didn't have anything to do with the halvings. That had part of it, but not all of it. But ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go. Look, I appreciate it. I could keep talking to y'all for 2 hours, but I want to go visit my son a little bit since he came in from college. Look, I thank y'all very much. Thank y'all for support. We can keep this going. Hey, I might try to do a live over the weekend. Y'all stay tuned. I'll announce it in Discord. Maybe we can just chit chat some more about how bad helium sucks now. Thank y'all. See y'all. Have a good one. For those of y'all who I don't see or hear from, y'all have a good weekend. Enjoy it with your family and all that stuff like that. Go to church if y'all go to church. If y'all do that. If not, go hang out in the woods. That's a great. I told somebody that the other day. Going in the woods in the early morning, right when it's becoming dusk or dawn. I mean, and watching wildlife wake up and all that is just as good as church sometimes. It's great. It's a good decompression. Look, thank y'all again. I gotta go. See y'all later.